morning, first of all. Just a short comment on what you said about teenagers. This video is mostly focused on teenagers. Teenagers, because they say that teenagers are the future generation. So if you have a generation that is filled with drug addicts, smokers, you must have a generation that is healthy, that knows what's right, what's wrong. So you can't get a generation, the next generation. You can't make it a bad generation. You must tell them that they must know drugs is there's a limit. They must know what's right, what's wrong. So
I guess the drug is not only teenagers. I guess it's a message for all people.
But especially teenagers.
Okay.
We focus on teenagers because they are
the main victims.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Any more comments from Sam? Yes.
Just wanted to add.
It's good morning. Okay.
I just want to add one thing. This video is not just focused on aware people about the danger of drugs and their side effects. And I just want to say that this one is also focused on that in order for the community to avoid the use of drugs, we have to work together. As you can see from the last poster, the video, it talks about how this drug addict is not just a homeless person, he's a son, and people should work together in order to save drug addicts and end this controlling the.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, for the message, it's really important, but you just showed addiction as if it's the fault of the person. Actually, it's not the fault of the person himself. It's there are many factors to lead to addiction. So what I show from what I see from the video, only people get addicted to something, to the drugs or to smoke or different kinds of drugs. But we know that this is a problem. But maybe you didn't show what are the roots of the problem. This is really important to show. If you are going to show, it's not the fault of the person. Someone came and invited him to share, or whatever it happens, maybe some other factors like intelligence forces in the world, they fight, a country fights another country by drugs. It's complicated complicated issue. There are many things to.
Right. I may answer on behalf of them that it's a big issue actually. You can sum it up all in one.
Of course, it's really difficult. I said
you focus on
complicated.
something. You can say no. That's
Yes.
the message. You can say you have a choice. That's it. So it's I guess
Otherwise, it will become a documentary.
Yeah.
It will become a lengthy documentary.
Yeah, what you say is actually correct, but we need actually hours and hours of.
They're focusing on the antivirus of the humans.
Yes.
To resist the temptation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll be very quick and precise with my comments. My hat goes out to you because I'm a science teacher, so avoid drugs by pure influence because as you say, they're teenagers. So smoking just says, no, I'm not asking who smokes and doesn't, but stay away from drugs. When I was in America, a new drug, because most of you will go out there, is crystal meth, highly addictive and very easily made. Stay away from that. The clarity in the message is extremely clear. Just say no to drugs. Seriously, just say no. I know it's not as easy as it sounds, especially because of behavior especially when you're with your friends. Sometimes you want to look
Peer
cool.
pressure.
Peer pressure, as you said, teenagers are the next generation, so stay away from that. I like the emotional touch with your friend whom you saw has been affected, so that was a good point to bring in. I'm sorry about the loss of your friend. The same goes with seatbelts again. In the US, they're very strict. The law enforcement has to be enforced in this country. But good job all around. These are two really big problems, not only in Saudi Arabia, but throughout the world. Thanks for keeping it up.
Thank you.
My technical comments, the choice of the music is very good. Maybe the quality was not, the quality of the audio file itself maybe was not very good. Or maybe the speakers, but the choice was very good. It appeals to emotions. You have to work, you should have edited the English in your video very well. For example, there are a vast.
And
a lot.
between the slides, between the slides, the timing is not, sometimes you
It's
wait
slow,
1 second, 2 seconds to see the other
It should
slide.
be- the transition should be
Yeah,
faster, a bit faster.
It's supposed to be faster.
Transition, yes, a bit faster. So please edit the English in it. Also, the credits shouldn't have been before the final slide. Okay, the credits should be in the end. Don't break this, because this is one of the rules in any video. Leave the last slide, focus on it, zoom it, and then put the credits. Also, when you put the before and after, before drugs and after, there's a lot of photos which show the before and after. So you should try to use more than one. Try to use 4 or 5 of them to have a more impact on the viewer. So these are my technical comments, and beside that, everything, mashallah, was very good. Just improve these details and post it and fill the gap that we have in our awareness. Thank you.
I think for the second group, it's a job well done. And you need to lead the information that you're passing, the communication that you're making. Getting out of grade 12, it means you're moving away from your parents' watch. You must make independent and personal decisions. Remember, for every action, there will be consequences. And in one of local languages, we say, consequences are like grandchildren. They don't come before the parents. They will always come after your actions. It is out of your choice, because I say it's choice. It might be all over, but you make the decision to go for it. Once you make the decision to go for it, then remember there will be consequences that they're coming down. I like the information, and the video is empowering. It is informing. It passes what you targeted. The flow is good. However, I would have expected to see at the end when you come on the credit, we need to declare who has done what. I mean, I saw, like, is it one person who has done it? Was it a group? That is the question I was asking.
We should have asked this question to those people, because the lab group, most of them maybe were actors. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Rada, do you have any comments for the rest of the program?
هو بالعربي يعني.
Yes, تفضل.
طيب، واول حاجه الفيديو اللي قبل كده والفيديو ده نفس الشيء، بيتكلموا عن الغرب على انهم ناس كويسين جدا واحنا ناس سيئين جدا، تمام؟ مع ان ممكن يكون العكس، احنا ما بنبصش للجوانب الايجابيه اللي عندنا خالص، احنا بندور على الحاجات السلبيه ونشوف نقول اللي بره، شوف اللي بره بيعملوا ايه، بيعملوا حاجات كلها كويسه واحنا كل الحاجات اللي عندنا غلط، مع ان بيحصل العكس، ان احنا لو نبص للجوانب الكويسه اللي فينا هنعلى، انما طول ما احنا بنبص للي تحت هننزل تحت بس.
Thank you, sir.
One more thing, based on my personal experience in Lebanon, in the mid-1990s, there were a lot of campaigns at schools and on TV about drugs. I think that thanks to those campaigns, my generation, me and many of my colleagues, all my friends and my classmates, although we were exposed to drugs and it was easy to obtain in Lebanon, there's a lot of corruption and so on, you see. However, due to these campaigns, we had some kind of immunity, you see, and resistance. However, the new generation now, there's an increase of drug abuse, unfortunately, in Lebanon. because there were no sufficient and persuasive campaigns at schools and through the media. So this is why they said that there's a gap, and yes, I say that there's a gap, and all of you guys and us as well can fill this gap by making such videos and such material to help our youth be more resistant and being more aware of the perils and the destructive consequences of drug abuse. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. Here we go. Thank you. So, to write the name of each
Group 1.
Oh,